Hello everybody, happy new moon eclipse. I'm not here alone, but Rebecca Magic, Love here. Alicia and Amy as well.
Hello.
Yay. So let's see who
Rebecca Magic is live.
let's see who tunes in for the reading. It's a really special night. I think that we've been feeling it for days. I think that the energy has just been building up. And I also don't feel like this is it. I don't feel like we're at a pinnacle right now. I feel like we're kind of in, what I'm intuiting is that we're in this energy where it's going to keep coming at us. Like this is the first of a few punches, so to say. But it doesn't have to hurt. Just roll with it. But I think this is only the beginning. And this month is going to be pretty wild. I think next month as well is going to be pretty intense. I think in October we're going to really start to feel a shift and things are going to start to cool down, which is funny because, I mean, yeah, fall time, depending on where you're at, of course, but we are living in a place where that is really when the temperature is going to cool down, and I know that'll just be a reflection of the underlying energies. So we are in the thick of it. We're in the fires of transformation. And tonight is a good night to set your new intentions, to release the old and welcome in the new with as much awareness as possible, with as much intention as possible. So any rituals that you can do, any rituals that you can do around this would be very positive. We're going to do making some lists of our intentions, what we're letting go of, what we're welcoming in, and then, bring in the elements, use some fire. So you can do lots of different things. You can use the elements in any way that feels right to you to perform your rituals, but they are there at your service, the elements. I'd love to hear what rituals you guys are doing, so feel free to share in the comments. And let me know maybe what intentions you are setting for this new cycle. I'd be happy to envision them for and with you. Alright, so whatever your focus is right now, maybe those thoughts of what you're wanting to manifest are running wild in your mind. Whether you're excited or you're nervous or whatever the feelings, I invite you to let them go right now and just decide that you want to be clear right now. Let's just be empty. Let's just completely empty ourselves of as much as possible. I know there are some things that are stubborn and will want to stick there, but just try to relax as much as you can for this reading, okay? And then what I want you to do is to just feel good, feel happy, feel excitement, joy, whatever positive emotion. Just activate that and throw it at the deck, throw it in there. All good things, excitement. I feel like that's the key word for this next cycle as we're in the middle of these transformational fires. So give me some excitement. Give me some joy, some good feelings, some power. Know that what we're going through right now is leading us to something, a greater reality than we could even perceive in this moment. Okay? So go ahead and put it in. Thank you. Hi there. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Hi, new friend. That's a very personal question. All right, so now that all of your energies are in the deck, now that we're all here together, let's go ahead and begin the new moon eclipse reading. Hey. Okay. Okay. This is what the layout looks like, you guys. So I did this card to represent us, this card to represent what is happening all around us, opportunities and themes, the obstacle, the bridge to the future, and an ally. Okay. All right, here we go. Woo! The first card is a Major Arcana card, the Hanged Man. So where we're at right now is seeing things from a new perspective. And again, please share your personal experience if you feel called, if you resonate with the cards as I pull them. I definitely resonate with the Hanged Man, the new perspective. So he's hanging upside down, and because he's literally looking at life with a new perspective, he's being illuminated. That's why he has the glow around his crown. So when we look at things a different way, it leads to that new perspective and illumination, and that is where we're at. And I really feel that so much. I feel like we're entering a whole new cycle because of this new perspective, because of this embodiment of the Hanged Man, where we're building and initiating that portal, that new beginning, that new cycle. So what's happening all around us? Oh my God, another Major Arcana card. Right off the bat, the first two cards are Major Arcana cards. Major secrets being revealed. So the Judgment card is in the position of what's happening around us and opportunities. We really have an opportunity to judge ourselves in a way that is more righteous than egoic, in sort of a divine way, where we're being given the opportunity to see ourselves from a godlike perspective, to once and for all really let go of this false self. Not that it didn't have its place, you know, of course we have to, when there's a death, we have to honor what it is that is dying. And oftentimes we go through that with our ego, our identity that we create based on our experiences. So we're being given the opportunity to judge ourselves from this higher perspective and once and for all make changes. Oh. Woo! The card that is the obstacle right now is the Eight of Swords. And this is, swords is the suit of mind. It's the mind, it's air. And you can see that she's trapped, but there are these swords all around her that she can cut herself free with, especially because her bandages are quite loose. Like, she's obviously not tied up very tightly. And this card represents trapping oneself in one's mind. Okay, so it's like we are the only ones who can set ourselves free. There's no one else around, but there are a shit ton of swords. And we can literally just reach our arm out of the bandages, take the sword, and cut ourselves free. And it's the number 8, which comes before the number 9, and the 9 of Swords is waking up from the nightmare. So as we go from the 8 to the 9, we're going from being trapped to waking up. And we are going to be the ones to do it ourselves. If it gets done, it's up to us because it's in our mind. Okay? So our obstacle right now is some kind of trap. We're beginning to notice through this new perspective and really judging ourselves from a God-like perspective that we've been trapping ourselves in a mental program. It's up to you to really dissect what that is for you personally, but we are all in this together. It just looks different according to our life situations. So a question I might ask myself is, what have I created for myself in my mental programming that is producing a block from receiving what it is I'm actually wanting to manifest right now? And honestly, I've already been doing that. And in my reflections with my friendships and people that I love and just everyone around me, even people I have brief conversations with, they seem to be going through this too, where they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how this pain I was experiencing was so self-inflicted. And I was manifesting it simply because of a belief that I was holding. And wow, the liberation when I know that I can end this cycle right now. I don't need to be a victim. The power is in my hands. Right? Okay, so let's move on now. First, I'm going to pull the future card, and it's another Major Arcana card. Yep. Card don't lie. Spirit don't lie. So it's the Empress. Okay. So 3 out of the 4 cards I pulled, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I did a 6-card spread. 3 are already major arcana. That's very powerful. So the number 3 of the deck is the Empress. She is the card after the High Priestess. Number 2, the High Priestess, is the inner realm and really getting in touch with our deepest self. Okay, where it all begins on the inside. Then the Empress, after her, is the manifestation of that intuition. It's really connecting the prayer to the manifestation, manifesting beauty all around you. Some keywords are creation, femininity, sensuality, motherhood, sacrifice. So this being in the future shows me that our focus is going to be on manifesting this, really getting in touch with the process of being creator and knowing that our manifestations are coming from that inner place, that we are in control of that we are actually, everything we see around us is a result of our thoughts, right? And so we're going to come into this, which means we're going to have a lot of lessons around embodying our femininity, maybe realizing where we've been sacrificing ourselves too much, where we've been compromising ourselves too much, where we've been settling, really coming into balance of where and how we're giving our energy. And it looks like because right now we are the hanged man and we're being given the opportunity to judge ourselves from this, godlike perspective, that's going to be some work. So as we go through this work, know that we're doing it to get to this. It's going to pay off. All the work that we're doing right now and balancing ourselves, making sure that we're giving when it's right, and then, pulling back a little and maybe just giving to ourselves when that's right. So we're working out this balance. We're releasing old things so that we can move into the future of manifesting a reality of abundance. And the bridge between now and then is the King of Wands. I'm going to show you what it looks like so far. Okay, so Hanged Man, Judgment, the 8 of Swords. We're in this process right now. New perspective. It's very enlightening. We're shifting, going through an ego death, setting ourselves free from an old program, mental program, so that we can reach our fullest abundance. The bridge is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands, kings are air, wands are fire. Air is mind, fire is spirit. So we are stepping into our power, very much so. We are maturing in one way or another. Maybe in multiple ways we're maturing. I see a lot of people of all different ages it has nothing to do with age, but maturing on our spiritual path. That's what it's really about. I see a lot of us doing that right now. So know that all the work we're doing right now is to get us into that space to be able to embody the archetype of the king. And we all have this, men and women. And it's the king of spirit. It's knowing, you can think of it like this. It's the king has all of the cards of the suit of... The King of Wands has all of the Wands cards within it. So it's like to get to that king, we have to be able to move through all of those archetypes first. So if we're going to move through this phase where we're embodying the king, remember that we're also the Queen of Wands, we're also the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So it means we're in this mature place of understanding our spiritual path, receiving the messages, knowing how and when to act upon them. We're going to be able to do all of those things because of the work we're doing right now. So as we do this work and we heal and we embody the King of Wands, that's what's going to get us to manifest our fullest abundance, to be able to do that. So it's going to really, what we're going to step into now, it's going to look like we are really honoring our truth, not compromising for other people, knowing when to act and doing it with our fullest presence, doing it with the most passion. This could look to others like many different things. We're always being judged by other people whether we want to or not. So it would be nonsensical to sit there and begin to think about all the different projections or everybody around us and their thoughts. So know that you may appear to be very spontaneous in some people's eyes, and that could be a good or bad thing in their eyes. But you have to just trust yourself. So when you get an intuitive notion, when you're receiving a message and you know it's time to act upon it, you must do it. It's like your duty now, okay? You're this king. You got to own your spiritual path, and that has to be above everything too. The King of Wands knows that his spiritual path is everything. It's the foundation of everything else. That this physical reality rests upon a much more ethereal reality, because it's also very real. But our outer world is a reflection of our inner world, and he knows that. And he really carries that with him. He knows why he is here. Wow, and then we have a queen at the top. So we have the Queen of Cups as the ally. And I'm going to take a sip of water because it's making me thirsty. The Queen of Cups is the water of water, because queens are water and cups are water. I like to look at this card as like the heart of hearts. Okay, so she is really in touch with her emotions. She knows how to use them as her power, her guidance system. But sometimes the Queen of Wands can get too caught up in the emotions and can drown in them. So we need to remember, because it's in the position of the ally, this card, it would help us as we move forward now to remember that our emotions are here to guide us. But like anything else in this life, we are here to learn detachment, healthy detachment. Material entanglement is a result of getting too caught up in our emotions. So use them, understand your emotions, use them for the greatest good, harness them, take the realizations from them, what they're trying to show you, extract the message, and then release them. And move on to the King of Cups, who knows what to do with them, who delegates them. Okay, so that's how it looks when you're healthily moving through the Suit of Cups. So as we move toward the Empress right now, we're going to remember that our emotions can surely guide us. They are always there to guide us, but they are not there for us to attach to. They are there for us to then reach the position and archetype of the king, to know what to do with them and act on them from a mature place. So I'll just show you again. This is what it looks like. So 3 out of the 6 cards are major arcana. And we have a king and a queen, and the challenge of a mental programming being, keeping us trapped. All right. So for those of you who just joined in, I'm going to wrap it up and do a little summary, and then you will find a written summary tonight. So if you want to share this, feel free to share the message in video form or in writing, as that will be shared in just a bit. So we are the Hanged Man right now. We are seeing life from a new perspective, and we, through that, are being given the opportunity to reevaluate everything. Our choices, who we want to be, what we want to let go of. This is perfect for the new moon to have the Judgment card upon us, because we're being offered a fresh start. So let's really sit with that and intentionally create who it is we want to be. And if it's, if who we want to be is still a lot of who we've been, that's fine too, but re-invite those aspects based on your current reality. Because it has to be relevant. Otherwise, all of the thoughts that were built around that belief are still different. Even though you still want to hold that belief, the thoughts around it are not the same. So either we let go of things or we re-invite things into our reality, okay? And so through this process of really judging who we've been and who we want to be, we're going to be presented with opportunity after opportunity, really, not just one time, but over and over. We're going to be presented with the opportunity to set ourselves free of old beliefs, thoughts. That's what this card represents. Okay, so as we cut through all of those old beliefs and release them, we step more into our power on our spiritual path, and we become the King of Wands. And where do we find ourselves after walking in his shoes? It looks like we're walking right toward the Empress, our fullest abundance. And the way that we're going to most gracefully get there is by not only being the king, but balancing our masculine and our feminine, by remembering that our emotions are also still in there. The queens back the kings up, okay? So our emotions are a key factor as we embody this King of Wands. We're also still that Queen of Cups. We are on our spiritual path, but we know that our guidance system is our emotions. A big part of it is our power. There's something else about that too. I really like that there's a king and a queen because it really is about embodying both. And there have been many conversations lately that I'm hearing and that I'm participating in around embodying both sides, the feminine and the masculine, and the archetypes that come with both. And the feminine is the inspiration. And so as we're this King of Wands and we're on our path and we're moving forward, we really do need to remember to tap into that inspiration of the feminine in the heart. Otherwise, how can we achieve that goal of stepping into the Empress, our fullest abundance, when she's all about femininity in the heart? She's the creations of the heart. So he will never get there if he's just too fiery and spontaneous and hot-headed. He needs to remember to cool off and take a sip from her cup and be inspired. And remember his intention in the first place, which is love, to create more love, which is certainly a focus of this card. He needs to remember the queen. Otherwise, we'll be too much in our masculine power and we'll forget why we're even doing what we're doing. And then things will become very aggressive and forced and chaotic, and we'll never get to where we truly want to be. So if you have any feedback, I would love to hear it. I know sometimes the live readings are a little bit all over the place because I'm just directly channeling. I'm just doing the reading right here, right now, raw, live. I like to do that because when you guys step in, it's like we're all doing this together. I'm connecting to your energies, and the cards that are being pulled are even more synchronistic. We're just adding to the magic by being aware and being aware together. So yes, I know sometimes it can be a little, but that's why I'm now doing the written summaries after. So some of you might enjoy that even better. But I would so appreciate your feedback on my videos and also on the writing. Let me know what you like more. It really helps me to know in which direction I should be moving with my expression. Happy new moon. Happy new moon eclipse. You got this. We got this. We're in this together. We're going through the rings of fire so that we can strengthen up and just, keep moving forward, really. It's always getting better and better. A key thing to remember right now, I put a few key things to remember in a note last night on my wall, so you can check that out. But one thing that really stands out that I want to share right now is the key to really accessing the opportunity for transformation that lies within our pain right now, because a lot of pain is coming up, a lot of struggles, a lot of intense challenges. And although we know that they're making us stronger, sometimes in the moment it's hard to accept that. And we want to just sit with the pain. And ultimately you have to sit with it for as long as you feel, because only you can move through your process as fast or as efficiently as you allow yourself to. But the most important thing is that it's authentic. So take as long as you need to. But the key thing to remember is that while you're in the pain, physically in this world, while you're experiencing the anxiety and the anger and the sadness, whatever it is, when you can be the observer behind that, not later, because hindsight is always 20/20, but when you can be the awareness and the observer behind the pain as it's happening physically, then the miracle will unfold in its fullest potential. Then you'll access that opportunity and make the most of it. That's where the gift really lies, is when you can remember your truth as who you are, which is pure love, in the moment of pain. When you activate that feeling inside of yourself, and it's always there, so all it wants to do is be made aware of. When you activate that while you're in the pain, that light shines so brightly that it pierces through all of that darkness. And not only will it help to offer you that healing and new perspective, all those around you who are included in the experience, even people who are standing by just witnessing your journey, will be inspired. And they will, on one level or another, whether consciously or subconsciously, experience that light. They will receive it. And a lot of times it's instantaneous. When you can be that strong person and hold that space for yourself and for other people, it is incredibly healing. You will knock people on their ass. They will be shocked at how you can just shine that light, especially when you're the one that, should be hurt or should be upset. You're doing this for you. When you shine that unconditional love at that person, it's not just for them, it's for you too. But it's beyond both of you. It's beyond the physical. It's for the one. Because the biggest work that we're doing here is in growing that unconditional love. It's beyond, any one relationship or any romance or any... It's just beyond this physical reality. And so when you remember that, it has a huge effect. Can you do that? I know you can do that. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to try? Do you feel the power behind that? Maybe if you've never even tried before, can't you just feel in talking about it, like, wow, that would be really powerful. I want to try that. I challenge you to. Because I know you can get through it. I have enough belief for both of us. Even if you feel like, oh God, like, I couldn't do that. I know you can. And I know, in fact, that's why we're here. So how long is it going to take you to at least give it a shot? What do you have to lose? So next time you're stepping into an uncomfortable situation, something that your mind says is going to be uncomfortable, whether it is a phone call you have to make that you've really been dreading, or just expressing yourself when it feels uncomfortable, like speaking your truth when you know there's going to be resistance, or letting go of a situation, whether it's a breakup or leaving a job. Can you find the excitement in it, in the pain? Can you find the purpose? Can you hold the knowing of that purpose as you step into the experience of cutting the cord? It's hard because usually we wait till we're on the other side to acknowledge that excitement and the goodness. It's like we first have to grieve the old, right? But what about that in between? Can we hold those two together? Can we be both scared but also excited? Absolutely. Absolutely. So whatever situation comes up next for you where it could potentially be uncomfortable and you find your thoughts going there, like, wow, this is going to suck. Can you remember your intention and why you have to do it? Because that's what will help you move forward with more motivation, more conviction, more clarity. Your words will come out with more purpose, and that is all felt by everyone around you. And as those experiences happen to you, I would love to hear what your response is. I would love to hear how you acted, how people responded, how your world responded, what shifted for you. Maybe that's already happened for you, and I would love to hear about it. But maybe you're going to be given that opportunity really soon. And now that you watched this video, you'll remember to not lose yourself in the emotions of the situations, but to be the observer behind them and to use those emotions to guide you to where you really want to be. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you don't follow my YouTube channel yet, you can search Rebecca Magic on there and subscribe. You'll get notifications then whenever I decide to upload a video. That way you won't miss any. I have some really cool stuff coming up this week. We're in Eclipse season, so things are really powered up right now. And I'm really enjoying the connections that we're forming right now together through this online community, so I intend to keep it up. Thank you all so much. Many blessings as you begin this new cycle. And just remember, why you're here is bigger than any of these little situations that we're in our lives, bigger than our personal situations and our personal stories. We're living out a much bigger story right now, and our mission is a mission of bringing in and cultivating more of that pure love that is really our essence. I was just over here doing my thing, and they're just over there doing their thing, so they have no idea what's going on. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.